All right, let's go to the phones and say hi to Tom in Philly. Tom, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, Tom.
I'm going to guess from the sound of things that you and Don Geronimo have a lot in common, Opie. Ramon kills that dog. Bunch now.
There goes Tom. I don't know what he's talking about.
Little story yesterday.
That's right. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. Anthony, you want to take this one?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Geronimo backs over dog. We now learn why the Don and Mike show was in rerun mode yesterday on WJFK. Don Geronimo accidentally backed over his little Toto dog, Rudy, with his SUV in the driveway of his Great Falls home. The canine died on his way to the vet. On Wednesday's show, Geronimo said he was too emotionally distraught to do Tuesday's show.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is the last goddamn time I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Is that Don on the phone? Is he on his phone in the SUV? Tell him to pull forward. He just ran over his little dog. And now a letter from a man about bad breath, SUVs, and a dog. Smelly mouth, fat fuck.
Anyone else, I would be like, oh, that's a shame. But that guy, that phony, that crock of shit. Oh.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. And this bloody mess is Rudy. The little crushed dog. The letter's from Don in Great Falls. It reads, Dear Casey, I was hoping I'd run over my bitch wife Frida, but I hit little Rudy. How am I supposed to come out of a goddamn up-tempo number into a hysterical story like Don Geronimo running over his fucking dog?
Emotionally distraught. Wow. That's rough.
Oh, man.
How the hell does that happen?
And then he couldn't do it.
Backing out, looking over your shoulder, having a good day on your way, and then, what was that little thump? Oh. There he is, laying in the driveway, Don. Did you scoop him up and put him in the SUV and drive off to the vet? Tears in his eyes, I guess. He tries to breathe life into his little dog. Was little Barty crying? Frida? They gonna look at Daddy like the guy that killed their goddamn dog? That's the worst. You know, when you find your dog splattered in the street, it's bad enough. When you kill him yourself, ooh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta leave a mark with the family. When you walk in from work and say, hi, honey, I'm home, and she looks at you, oh, dog killer's home. The guy that killed the one little joy I have in life, he's home today. Good. Yeah, you get another one. I'm sure you could replace it.
Yeah.
Just like Mike. If you ran over Mike, he'd do the same thing. Those two hate each other. Hate each other.
Man, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. What's funny, he couldn't do his show, though. He was too distraught.
Too distraught. Running over his little dog with an SUV. Ouch. Wonder if it was the driver's side. Probably what killed him. A big gut. Big fat Don on that side of the SUV. Extra weight. Couldn't take it.
Fat fuck.
Oh.
He probably didn't even back over the dog. It smelled his breath and then just killed itself.
Keeled over. Remember we used to have to spray the mic sponges and stuff?
Yeah, Don and Mike was on the same station as ours back in the day, and they failed miserably. And then when we got fired, they took over for us in a lot of the markets, and they failed in just about all those markets as well, including Philly was the big one. And every once in a while, because they were situated in Washington, they would come up and do their show, from the New York studios, and they'd use the same microphones that Ant and I would use before us. The smell that would come off my microphone was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it was I guess it's a known fact that he has just horrendous breath. Well, we had a whole thing we had to do. We had to wash out the mic screens and Lysol the hell out of it. And it was just god awful.
Ugh. His breath smelled like a dead dog laying in the driveway, I would gather. Ginny from Jersey saying killing his dog is the funniest thing Don's done in years. That's great. Looks like Boo Boo made a boo boo. Ramon, bring me a shovel.
And just for the rest of them to have to sit there on the air and watch this fat jackass eulogize his awful animal and not laugh in his face.
Ugh.
You think they all had to be, fake, being sincere and stuff?
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry.
Don, man.
That's a
wow,
shame,
that really blows,
Don.
man.
That's
I can't
terrible.
believe that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's awful. Sorry to hear about your dog.
We lost ours a few years ago.
Yes, it was tragic for the family. But you gotta move on, Don.
That's right.
What'd you do, eat it?
Jim in Jersey. What's up, Jim?
Precious, hope you're feeling better, baby.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You think we should all call over to Don today, maybe give him our condolences? That would just be the nice thing to do.
That's not a bad idea.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. I'm sure he's hurting real bad today.
That's true. The Don and Mike show in Washington.
It only happened a couple days ago, so I think today will be the first day he's back on the air, so... Oh, my God. Please someone tape what he has to say about his little doggy.
Oh, we would love to hear it.
Please someone tape that and send it in.
And can I say to any callers, please, if you call in, just because he's an enemy of the Opie and Anthony show, he's really having a bad day, so be sensitive.
Yeah.
No off-color remarks about his dog.
Of course
Please. Be sensitive.
And you're going to have to, reel them in a little bit because they're on a really long delay.
Yeah, yeah.
A quick curse or something will never get through.
No.
We'll never get through. All right, Anthony. Well, that's very sad news out of Washington.
Very sad news. I was reading a website that has some stuff from the Don and Mike show about Don running his dog over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It has like a little thing of what happened. Somebody's writing it. I don't know who it is, but it says, I apologize. There was no show yesterday. It wasn't a beef with Infinity. It was something awful happened to me yesterday. Oh, I guess these are Don's words. Yeah. I'm getting ready to leave, and the dogs are running around the car. I shoo them away, and 9 times out of 10, they get away. But this time I started down the driveway, and I hear a thump.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
And then it goes to some other person, because then it says, Don said he got out of the car, went to the side of the car, and Rudy had been hit. I started freaking out. I'm screaming and crying and running around. Frida came out, and they both took Rudy to the vet. Fortunately, our vet is close, but unfortunately, Rudy had passed away by the time we arrived. Don apologized, but everyone understood. Maybe you'll find this amusing. When I was in the shower, I had no idea that Frida was even close by. I was having a real conversation with God about what happened with Rudy.
Oh, my God.
I called him a motherfucker, Don said. When he went downstairs, Frida said she heard his conversation with God. I mean, I really gave it to him. Whew. Don and Mike decided to take some calls. Don, my husband, ran over our dog and killed it. I cried for 2 weeks. How's he? Let's just say he had to tell the kids it was the first time I'd ever seen him cry. Mike said, what a wuss. Mike explained that someone had to make the first joke. Of what, their career?
You know, Mike just wants to tease this fat asshole, and he can't.
Of course he does. Little yappy dog getting smushed.
Had a ribbon in its hair, probably.
Thump.
Yeah.
I heard the thump.
I had a conversation with God in the shower.
God, why do I suck so much?
Why?
Why did I fail in Philly? Why?
Oh, yeah, and why did you make me hit Rudy? Little dog. Yeah, so that's it. He killed his dog and then had a little conversation with God in the shower, which conjures up an even more awful image. A naked, wet Don Geronimo preaching to God.
Yelling at God.
Dead dog.
Yelling at God. God, why is my cock so small?
And the reason Frida heard the conversation is because she has to lift his stomach so he can wash his dick. Fuck you and your boring on-air wife, stupid.
There we go.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, I feel bad.
We also got some time on Don and Mike's show yesterday, Anthony.
Oh, yeah?
These dopes play right into our hands.
Sure.
We really don't care what you say about us. Just say our names. You played right into our hands.
That's all that matters.
We're attempting the biggest comeback in radio history, and we're going to need some help out there. And these guys are playing right into our hands by mentioning us and telling everyone where we're broadcasting.
Did they?
Pesky
I
listeners.
believe so, yeah. Well, we got one of the greatest radio stories ever. Don from the Don and Mike show ran over his little dog going to work.
His little dog, Rudy.
That I guess they bought when I was reading, like, his wife had a eulogy online or something.
Are you shitting
that
me?
someone emailed to me?
Was it real, or was he goofing on you with this email?
No, it's real.
It's real?
She explained where they got Rudy and stuff, which was New York City when Don and Mike were attempting to do radio in New York and failed miserably.
Yeah.
So they got it from a little doggy store on the Upper East Side. Eric, you got that email?
What email?
Wow, you're just not in sync with me today.
Doing a
bro.
million other
You're
things,
usually
sorry.
really good. What's wrong?
Nothing, just getting a lot of other
You're
stuff
sick
done.
too, right?
Yeah, very.
So wait a minute, you're saying that he backed over two things? One was the puppy, and the other tire went over the Arbitron books? 0.7 in New York, you zilch.
But he's going to make fun of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, hanging out by the skateboard stand. Don from Munaki. That unfunny fuck.
Oh, you got it? Is this
There it is. Wow, that is long.
Anthony?
So a
How
whole
much
eulogy?
Look, and a little picture of the little doggy.
Aw.
Can I ask, how much attention does his wife need that she always has to be on the air or blogging? Can't you just do your job, cook dinner, and go when Fatso gets home? That's your job. You're not a talented on-air personality, sweetheart. Sorry.
Wives,
He's a cute little fella, though, the little dog.
He was.
wives stink on the radio.
Always.
Really? You want me to read it? I can read it briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rudy, from Frida's column on the website. I can't listen to Don's show today because he's going to talk about Rudy. Seems dumb to be this sad about a dog when there are so many bigger problems in the world. But what can I do? I've lost loved ones before, family members, and I know that whether it's a human or a pet, you just have to get through it and wait for the sadness to subside. Rudy was a fluke from the beginning. A fluke? I thought it was a dog. We already had 2 dogs and didn't need a third. But I was in New York City watching my husband fail miserably. Oh, that. Which part did I add in? And was surprised to find a Chi-Chi pet shop while walking around the Upper East Side. This place was so fancy. It had a huge chandelier in the foyer and everything you could ever imagine to spoil your pet. If you had more money than sense, ha ha ha. I'm an animal lover, and I know that pet shops just encourage the puppy mills. But that doesn't mean I can't stop and look at the puppies. And this shop had the cutest, unusual breeds with coats colored I'd never seen before. Just to tease Bart, I called him and told him that I had just seen the most adorable puppy, and of course he begged me to get him. I told him that we couldn't, and using Don as an excuse, I said Daddy didn't want another dog. When Don heard that he was being made the bad guy, he called my bluff and told me to go ahead and get the dog. It was my decision.
I want to puke.
Is this just awful?
I want to puke.
You know what dogs she should have bought? Those two that mauled that lawyer in San Francisco?
Oh, God.
They should have killed her in the doorway. Just attacked her.
God, I want to puke. People actually live like this?
Yeah.
Daddy's the bad guy.
So I did the dumbest thing possible when there are so many dogs that need to be adopted and so many less expensive places to get a dog if you're going to buy instead of adopt. I took home a little Cairn Terrier or Cairn Terrier from the pet shop in New York. This was the November after 9/11, so in honor of the man of the hour in New York City, we named him Rudy. They named their dog after Giuliani, huh?
Oh, how
That's
awful.
good. Did it have a little comb over and prostate cancer?
They should have named it Failure.
And
New York City Failure.
By the way, Daddy is the bad guy. Fine, they use the same excuse that Hedda Nussbaum used. Stupid.
Oh, God, I am so glad I'm alone, man. I can't live like this.
Why am I alone?
People live like this?
Rudy was small, feisty, untrainable, and the sunniest creature I'd ever seen. Although he was slowly becoming more reliable, he couldn't be trusted not to pee when the mood struck him. And for that reason, there are little gates all over my house. There should have been one by your driveway. He was fearless as long as he had Clink at his side. I guess Clink is another one of their dogs?
I guess.
Funny name.
When he went on walks in the woods, he would dart after any animal he spotted, thinking he could bring down a squirrel, raccoon, or a deer. He'd be off on the hunt, like a flying slipper. What? Wow. With a squeaky bark every step of the way. Doesn't Rudy sound like a fun little guy?
Sounds feisty, Ed.
Little feisty thing.
Little spunky.
He missed out living the posh life with some old lady in the Upper East Side, but he got a pretty good deal nonetheless.
Sure did. A tire in the spine. Boy, I'm sure Rudy would have signed up for that in a second. Dumpster breath and a tire in the spine. Paradise, dog. Welcome to it.
Oh.
Dog eats his ass just to get the smell of his breath out of his face. Boy, got a good deal nonetheless.
Are you saying Don has really bad breath?
No, I'm not at all. I'm saying that Rudy's ass is really nice. Or was until its intestines were shot out of it, thanks to old late for work. Clumsily backing over the little fella like it was a speed bump.
Oh, old late for work. Ah, goddamn. Whether through the woods... walks through the woods, brother dogs to wrestle with, and way too much human attention. Beth Ann and I often have been teased because our human children have a place in our hearts only marginally more significant than our dogs. That's great. All right, enough. I've got to apologize. I know this can't be interesting to anyone but me, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's very interesting.
I won't go on with stories of Rudy except to say one more thing about him. He was always happy. My other dogs and my cat will have their moods, but not Rudy. He was insatiable with affection. He could be loved. Oh, he couldn't be loved enough and never stopped wagging. Any creature that could smile at Don before he had his morning coffee and get a smile and a scratch in return had to be special.
Why did he smile before he had the coffee? Because he knew that would make the breath completely unbearable? I better smell it while it's just plaque and dog shit as opposed to coffee on top.
It would be hard not to miss something that made even the crabbiest amongst us smile. But I figure all of our pets, especially Rudy, are just on loan from God.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
If they're on loan from God, could you at least return them in good condition and not with a broken back and guts hanging out of their mouth and asshole? You product damagers.
Yeah, look how you returned my gift.
Yeah, hey, the video's all untangled. If you borrowed it, could you at least brought it back in decent condition? You had the loan for another 10 years. You brought it back early and in awful shape. You're not going to get another one now. It's going to wreck your dog credit in God's eyes.
On loan from God, yes. Rudy was a gift for 3 years, and we're lucky to have had him. Hopefully he'll come back again to brighten someone else's life.
Yeah.
And then there's a cute little picture of Rudy. I can't help it. This is my tribute to Rudy. This little dog made us laugh. So in Rudy's memory, I'll put up this link to help other pets in need. And they have a little animal rescue link to the Animal Rescue League.
What do you rescue the animals from? Inattentive owners?
Don's tire.
Oh, you know what's funny? By the way, on one of the guys did it, so I can't credit you. But one of the actual photo of Rudy, and it had, of course, a tire drawn on with blood all over, and the caption was, "I trusted you, you fat fuck."
Trusting little dog. You just know, too, he was jumping around the car because there's his master, and he's all happy to see him. He's leaving for work. Don just going, get out of the way. Come on, get out of the way.
Oh, my God.
Puts it in reverse. Little Rudy jumping up and down, and all of a sudden jumping. I'm so happy to see him. Oh, the pain! Why the pain? Not understanding what it's all about and why his master is inflicting him with such pain. Ow! Why have you hurt me when I've only given you love? Ow! Yeah, and then slowly death creeps in.
Well, he didn't know to get away because Don was going, shoo, shoo. And as far as Rudy's concerned, that's what his breath smells like, the underside of. Little Rudy.
Little Rudy, gone. Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, not forgotten at all because our listeners got into the program yesterday, Anthony.
Hello? Why are you calling a radio show that's just begun? You must have something important to say.
Yeah, how much is that dead dog in the driveway?
You guys are the biggest assholes out there,
Wow,
man.
what's his screen name? Right to the point guy?
Wow. Who's on that thump button, by the way? Michael J. Fox? That was the fastest line ever. How did that get through? Oh, yeah. Ask looking at the pictures.
Oh, it's cigars and scotch, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some great stuff on Whackbag.
He does a lot for the program. Cigars and scotch from whackbag.com. Is that in the Photoshop section?
Yeah.
Look at his little face.
And the tire, and he drew blood all over.
Dude, that is so... It looks like he's saying that. I trusted you, you fat... Holy shit. God damn, that is brilliant. He looks all sad. God, you heartless bastards.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I can't.
Hello? Why are you calling a radio show that's just begun? You must have something important to say.
Yeah, how much is that dead dog in the driveway?
It didn't take long, did it? No. It's almost like what the 24 hours
He's still there.
have passed.
That doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
I'm going to hurt the dog.
You waited for a long time to do this.
It doesn't hurt. I only wish it was your head.
Wow.
I do give Don and Mike some props.
Yeah.
This is the difference between Shannon Burke and Don and Mike. Shannon Burke, didn't know what to do. At least these guys are going with it.
Just went with it, left him on the air to make little injured doggy noises.
At least they took the call and went with it and tried to do some kind of radio with it. But unlike Shannon Burke, who's just a newbie in the business, obviously.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Too bad the
Doesn't
little
hurt.
fella couldn't say that when your tire was clumsily crushing him in half.
And when you're saying doesn't hurt, know what that translates into? Don wants to strangle this guy.
It hurts really bad. Because you know something? He's laying there in bed with Frida, who is just crying her eyes out. He spent the whole night like that, having to deal with that. And he comes in and some heartless bastard. How much is that dead dog in the driveway?
And then he's just making dog sounds in the background.
Pat from Munaki says Rudy looks a little tired. And another one, Rudy looks a little run down.
That's not bad.
You know, tired. That's funny.
You pun-doing red-faced ass. Pretty funny, though.
Face is as red as Rudy's pelt.
Your little dog is now a shish kebab in some Korean joint in D.C. Right now, some expressionless illegal is fucking munching down on his mid-thigh and calf.
Shoving in his mouth with those chopsticks.
Die!
But then again, I could have been riding a tricycle to squash your head.
Washed it.
Well, you're very funny. You're a very funny man.
Hilarious. Thanks for thinking.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Oh, and they suck.
What?
Well, he's right about that.
He's right about that.
He's right about that.
That's Mike, but Mike doesn't really believe that. We know that.
Yeah.
We have a picture of Mike wearing an Opie and Anthony T-shirt, so,
yeah.
I mean, stop.
I don't think I have any Don and Mike shirts.
No, I don't think we've ever worn a Don and Mike shirt, but Mike has worn Opie and Anthony T-shirts. I think there's a picture of him on a boat or something.
Yeah.
With an Opie and Anthony T-shirt. But he has to agree with Don.
Did he hit a dolphin?
What was that?
That was that type. That type. I get that little. There we are.
See? Sometimes I'm just wondering who's calling before we actually start. See, because that call was answered technically, if you're listening to the show, before you even heard it, because we're on such a delay. It's like we're on a minute and a half ridiculous delay.
And for whatever reason, after a call like that, I'm always tempted to go, Red Sox Nation! Thank you. Seems appropriate. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, Don and Mike show.
You go back for more.
I'll try one more.
All right.
Hello.
Broken leg.
Hello. What happened? Did you break your chair?
I'm having a bad furniture day.
Hello?
Why are you having a bad furniture day? You trying to build a ramp that a dog could hide under? You animal killer.
No, that was Mike, I think, having a bad furniture day.
There's just one fat pig with two interchangeable heads.
What, did Don roll his chair over his foot? Bad furniture day. Oh, well. Ow, get off my foot, Don.
Most guys that do radio are just really fat guys.
Yeah.
I have just a really quick dumb story. And when I was just starting out in the business, I was working in Rochester.
The biz.
And, the studio was really, really nice. And we had these really, really nice, chairs and stools. And we had a guy that had one of the best voices in radio history working. I don't want to give his name away because he actually is a really nice guy. But he weighed about 400 to 500 pounds easily, and he was breaking all the chairs in the studio.
Really?
So one of my jobs, because I was just a plebe back then, was he was a weekend jock. On Friday after my shift, I was doing late night Fridays or whatever. I had to hide all the chairs. Hide all the chairs in the closet.
Or you break them?
And lock the closet door because it was getting expensive because he was breaking chairs almost every weekend. He was that fat.
Oh, bad furniture day.
So when he said bad furniture day, it just brought back a quick memory. But.
Hello?
What? What is this?
What is this?
What you just handed me?
That's the guy who just called.
Oh, the guy that just called? Oh, great. Hold on. I'll call him back.
Oh, good.
Is your chair okay?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like fun. Yeah, it was just a momentary glitch. But I'm a professional.
It's a shame that chair isn't made of
Look it up in the book. Careful.
revolutionary Tempur-Pedic material.
I wish it was, how do we get this to the consumer?
Thanks for coming in, Bill.
And no heavy lifting.
Give me a second. Because this guy I will put on the website. What the hell? He was just a jerk.
Wow. He's annoyed.
Whoa, careful, Mike.
I don't have his permission to put his voice on there.
I'm sorry.
Mike is breaking his chair right now. Sorry. Mike, I'm sure it's faulty construction.
Wow, I thought we did nothing on our radio show.
My God.
There's nothing going on here. And this is the edited version.
Yeah.
I told Steve, edit this down.
And he's talking about putting this guy's like phone number on a website.
I am sure it is faulty construction.
How about
Mike.
just a little lemon? Junior? Can I just get a little lemon in my water?
Hey, no, I'm still waiting for this guy to pick up the phone. This brave man that called about my dead dog.
Junior, just a drop of honey.
Just a little honey. Why are the cabinets locked, Junior?
Yeah, hey, Paul. Now, hold on, I'm going to leave a message.
Okay.
Really great.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on.
This should be good. It's going to leave a message.
All right, where we go. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul, it's Don from Don and Mike. Remember that funny call that you made right at the beginning of the show about my dead dog? Hey, guess what, Paul? www.donandmikewebsite.com in the daily recap. I'm going to put your phone number there because the internet is the wild, wild west. And then everybody can call you and tell you how funny you were.
Yeah.
I come to suck your blood. Wait, that's not yours. It's your dog's and it's on a tire.
Great. Nice Dr. Evil laugh.
Because I know there are jerks like you out there, but just stay on the line to take your medicine. Don't just hang up.
Good luck at the Improv. See you in hell, Paul.
Bye-bye, Paul.
You'll be the fastest burner of all time.
What?
See you in hell.
See you in hell.
Yuck.
Paul.
You'll be the fastest burner of all time.
Of all time. Of all time. Well, see, I was not prepared for that.
No one was.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Today, count me prepared.
You're not.
What is this?
Really?
Oh, God, I hope that was the right number.
He's prepared 2 days later. He got over his dead dog quickly, huh?
Yeah.
2 days?
You murdered a loved family pet and you're over it 2 days later? Well, you're a sport.
Wow. You killed it. You see how hurt his wife is by reading, her whole thing. And I'm sorry. She knows who did it. She's got to look at him and go, oh, here comes the guy that killed my little Rudy. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark.
And Don was wondering why Kevin Dillon was there going, you see that head come apart? That's the way the dog barks.
Do it for Rudy and Sal.
Well, there's more. There's more. I think he starts taking shots at us finally.
Right.
Hello, Rocco.
I am on the Baltimore National Pike at Circuit City, right near the Westview Mall.
Yeah.
In a 2004 Nissan Altima.
Hold on a second. Baltimore National Pike.
How much you weigh?
City.
How much you weigh, dude?
How much I weigh? I weigh 285. I'm about 5'10".
5'10". Okay, that'll work. In an Altima. And you're on the Baltimore National Pike where exactly?
At Circuit City on my way to visit my buddy Chester, who has a bit of a liver problem.
All right, hold on a second.
More Chester crap.
Rocco, where's the Circuit City exactly?
It is, if I am going, I believe it's eastbound. It's on your left side. It's right before 695.
What town?
What town? Cantonsville.
What kind of car?
Do you mean Catonsville?
Oh, what kind of car? A Nissan Altima. I said.
Okay. Oh, Buzz, you said that.
Right.
Did you mean Catonsville?
Catonsville.
Catonsville. Or Cantonsville. Or what? It is Catonsville, Maryland.
Yeah.
Are you an angry fat guy?
There you go.
Hey, ass, guess what? We got a delay. Anything else you'd like to say?
Punching out.
Yeah, there you go.
Punching out.
Punching out.
Let's see what happened here. He hit the delay because the guy started mentioning
their
our names
reference.
and stuff. Yeah, listen, you could hear the phone call jump.
Like, anything else you'd like to say?
Punching out.
Hold on, man.
Wait, what happened, Opie?
Are you an angry fat guy?
There you go.
Hey, ass, guess what? We got a delay. Anything else you'd like to say?
Punching out.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's a good guy.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
guy.
a bright guy right there.
You know what that is? That's a sign to me that Opie and Anthony are happening.
Absolutely.
They are happening. They're as happening as yesterday's headlines. Boys, you can have your prank callers, but they ain't getting through.
Bingo.
They ain't getting through.
They ain't getting
Already
through.
did.
They just got through, you idiot. Please.
Just
All
made a
we
good
want
joke
is
about your dead dog.
Yeah. One of our prank callers got through and talked about your dead dog, and then now you're saying Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony. That's all we need.
There you
to
go.
make ourselves bigger, you idiots.
And I love the way the other one guy went, bingo.
Bingo.
That's everything that's wrong with that show.
Yesterday's headline.
Yesterday's headlines.
Ha, ha, ha.
Bingo.
How are we yesterday's headlines? All these
Well,
jealous
because no
radio
one's making
guys
a
out
big
there.
hullabaloo over us.
That's right.
Yesterday's headlines, we were just on CBS Sunday Morning. It doesn't get bigger than that.
I don't know about that, and you can take that to the bank.
That's right.
Why don't you Google our names in news every day? There's at least one or two things popping up with our names on it.
Well.
Yesterday's news. Are you insane?
Bingo.
Yesterday's headlines.
No.
Why are you lying to your audience? We've gotten huge
Bingo.
press with our move to satellite radio.
Bingo.
I think he said bingo because bingo was his name. Oh, bingo was also a little dog.
B-I-N-G-O.
B-I-N-G-O. My wife is fucking crying again. Was his name? Oh.
That was awful.
It was bad.
Getting through. Bingo. They ain't getting through.
Thank you.
And keep raising the rates.
Yes.
For XM. Keep raising the rates so that your show will get out there. So that maybe 25 more people will be able to hear it.
Very excited.
We have 25 listeners.
No,
25 already?
The other day we had 3, so we're doing well.
We're going up, up, up.
And all your listeners are in Philly. You remember Philly, you fat fucks? You were left naked and alone. O&A were off the air, and you still got booted out of Philly.
Yes.
Bombed.
For being yesterday's news, he knows exactly what's going on with us with
Sure does.
satellite radio.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting knocked off the premium because it's a smart business move. Don't you get it?
He gets it.
Yeah, raise the rates again. What? Huh? What?
No, they shouldn't raise the rates. It should be free so you can hear 30 minutes of commercials and unfunny banter like you do on that program.
Right.
Awful.
Show will get out there. So that maybe 25 more people will be able to hear it.
Very exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. And unlike me, see, I'm locked into that good rate for 2 years. Unfortunately, that means I won't be able to hear the magic of O&A.
See, he's admitting he has XM satellite radio. He's locked into a rate.
Right.
He thinks if you're locked into a rate that you won't have our program on the
platform.
platform.
We'll be readily available to everybody on the platform.
It doesn't matter when you signed up, what kind of rate you have. Everyone will be able to listen to our show if they choose to.
Fat dope.
He's admitting that he listens to XM Satellite.
Of course he does.
For being yesterday's news, you know exactly what we're up to, and you have the service.
Right. What a shame.
Yeah. The guys that are revolutionizing satellite radio.
You can pay extra and get them if you want.
Boy, oh boy. They keep knocking on our door. Hey, Donna Mike, satellite radio. We're here with a truck full of money. Come on over.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, it's happening.
Very exciting opportunity. We say no.
Jesus. That was not even a real fat guy. It was a guy just getting a plug-in for a satellite radio.
That was 2 hinky fat guys in a row.
All right, they have not said no to satellite radio.
No one's making offers.
No one has made offers to you, you fat fuck.
You've done nothing but bomb in major markets, dude.
Failed
You bombed in
nationally.
New York and Philly, 2 of the biggest markets in the country. You got kicked out of both.
Don and Mike work for the same company as Howard Stern. Everyone knows Howard Stern is leaving, terrestrial radio at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
And, Infinity's scrambling, trying to figure out who's going to replace Howard.
They're desperate.
And Don and Mike, if they had an actual show, they would be the obvious choice.
Yep.
They would be the obvious choice, but they're not gonna throw Don and Mike in a lot of markets. They might throw them in 1 or 2. That's about it. Maybe. They might move them down to mornings in Washington where they do very, very well in the ratings, but they failed everywhere else. They failed in New York. They failed in Philly. Those are huge markets. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna be in Boston when Howard leaves BCN. They're not gonna be in any of those big markets. Joe Hollander from Infinity Broadcasting, little known fact, he's been talking to Anthony and I, but they can't figure it out. And the other day in the press, he's saying that he's probably just going to go with a lot of local shows in all these markets. So who's the failure?
Ouch.
You should have been the heir apparent, and you failed miserably.
Howard
Howard is leaving, and they're not moving you up. And you have to look at your fat face in the mirror every morning and realize that. So say what you want.
You think if they would have succeeded in Philly, they might have had a shot. They would have been proven as a stronger and a big market.
Or New York, or any of the other many markets they were in that they just bombed.
And I love these people that keep downplaying satellite radio. Oh, we're here. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. As much as we ate Howard, I mean, Howard going to satellite is a huge move, obviously. Ant and I, we're no slacks ourselves. We've gotten a lot of press over the last 5-6 years. Us being on satellite radio is a huge thing as well. And all these people are in denial out there. It's going to take over the whole fucking business.
These babies are all scrambling to regulate it because you've destroyed commercial radio, and now you're crying about it.
They want it regulated because they know they're going to be screwed. It's happening.
If your product is good, why do you have to worry about what this product's doing?
Oh, gosh.
And we know all the people they're contacting at XM, and quite frankly, we knew all the people that they were contacting at the Little Doggy Company, too, when we were, quote, in bed with those guys for a while. Don and Mike's names have never come up as far as going to satellite radio.
Please.
Hi, Don and Mike. We may be this close to being able to make stuff invisible. Cool. They're working on a cloaking device at the University of Pennsylvania, or as the guys with the pocket protectors like to call it, the plasmonic cover.
You're serious. I'm serious now. You know how you make yourself invisible? Go to XM.
Bingo.
Thank you.
The technology that we're talking about here reflects
Thank
light.
you, fans.
Light.
Bravo, Don.
Thank you, money fans. Thank you, money fans.
Winner. Home run. Huzzah, bully! Bully! This invisibility.
You know how easy it is to get under this guy's skin?
Oh, you want to know how else you make yourself invisible? Lie on the driveway at Don Geronimo's house.
Bravo! Huzzah, Jimmy!
Do we have
Huzzah, Jimmy!
Can I ring the bell? Bravo!
Bravo! Oh! You're saying little Rudy was invisible when Don crushed him.
That's
crushed
right.
the little lovable life out of him.
You late, selfish, fat pig. You killed the one happy thing in that home. And it gets to you, and you know it gets to you. That day he called you a radio show. He's a name in radio, and he called this show on NEW just because he couldn't take being shit on.
Do we have the call?
Couldn't take it.
He couldn't take it, so he called me on the hotline, and he was trying to say how we're failing miserably when we were syndicated to Washington. And so I kept asking him, are we number one in afternoons? Are we number one in afternoons? And he goes, well, yeah, you are, but... And I just hung up on him. Like, thank you, you idiot.
He was so
He played right into our hands.
Why would you call another show and put yourself in that position? Why? You can't win.
Yep.
So,
dope.
Well, he helped us out yesterday. It's all about getting our names out there. That's why we do the assault on the media, and we get our names on other shows, you know. Yeah. And the press does its job by mentioning us in every satellite radio article.
That's right.
Keep thinking that XM and satellite radio is going nowhere, you idiots.
You think Don really looks out his windows and stuff and around his vehicle before he leaves now? Imagine if he killed another one of his dog. It must take him like 10 minutes just to get out of the driveway now.
We know the guy a little bit. He's so self-important. That guy saw dogs running all over his driveway and his front yard, and he just pulled out. Because it's all about him.
I trusted you, you fat.
He probably not. He's one of those mirrors with a stick that they use to check for bombs when you're driving into an airport.
Checks the wheel wells.
Make sure there's no little fellas.
All right.
Then he had to probably, console his wife as she's crying on his shoulder.
You know, he's still consoling. He's still consoling, and that's why that caller really got to him. Because he knows how upset his wife is about this whole thing.
She'll always deep down resent him for it because he's a clumsy, self-centered ass.
I can't listen to Don's show today because he's going to talk about Rudy. Maybe you can't listen to it because he's the guy that killed your little Rudy.
And if Don was a smart radio guy, he would realize that you have completely wrecked his radio show by being involved in it.
Hi, boo-boo.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think Kingston did do that to Don's wife.
Boo-boo.
Ouch.
I'm almost positive, yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you?
Good morning, Sugar Tits.
Hi,
I just wanted to point out that when Don was busy cursing out the first caller, at the end, Mike was actually saying, see you at the Improv. I don't know if it was a Jimmy reference, but if you rewind the tape, you'll be able to hear that.
All right.
Opie, did you
Punch it out.
Thanks.
Were you able to get in a time machine and go back to the AAF days and just make that phone call from back in time? Because I could swear that was you from that, hi, Mom, I got caught jerking off at work call.
I got a better one. It sounded like Dan Aykroyd in Caddyshack 2.
One of the worst film characters ever.
Can you suck the poison out? That was the worst.
He was pretty quirky, though, Aykroyd.
No, he stunk.
Quirky. He makes me laugh.
All right, why don't we take a break? Otto and George here yet?
Just called to run a little late.
Oh, so Otto and George will be here. That's great.
Nice. They'll be here.
Awesome. His first appearance on the satellite radio show.
Oh.
Keep laughing,
Invisible
fat boy.
radio.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing, fat boy.
Mm-hmm.
But you're listening to the show every day in your vehicle, aren't you?
Laughing all the way to the vet's office.
Orange.
The bank. Sorry. Jeez.
And any girls for the vag pump yet?
No.
No.
Francine's here to do the news, though.
Wow, that should be... Actually, she does a pretty good job with that.
I have to agree, Ope.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we take
Bingo.
Can we take a long break?
Oh, good gosh, we might as well.
Bingo.
Oh, good gravy.
Ah, for the love of Eve.
Oh, golly jeepers.
Too bad you didn't have any love for Rudy.
Oh.
I love when you can get under someone's skin.
Dude, it
so
drives
easily.
him nuts.
So easily. But at least he went with it, unlike Shannon Burke, who just didn't know what he was doing.
He tried to go with it, but not for funny reasons, because he's just so...
He's
so enraged that somebody actually just blurted that out on his awful radio show.
And it was one of our idiots.
And he wanted to hit back. He didn't go with it because he could handle it. He wanted to hit back, and that's what he did. He's that corny message, see you in hell.
Oh, ooh. That's right, because in hell, that's the soundtrack, the Don and Mike show, over and over and over.
And I'm sure he's never made fun of someone else's loss. I'm sure he hasn't done that in his radio career.
Of course not.
No, not at all.
But when it happens to you, then you're going to take the high road and tell a listener, "I'll see you in hell,"
and I'll put your number on the website. Yeah, really, O&A guys, these listeners, are the ones you want to fuck with on websites, you idiot.
Yeah, like we don't have professionals.
These are all 20-year-old sociopaths with computer skills. Your listeners are 50 and married, and they know how to log on with DOS. You fat fuck. C prompt. Which stands for cunt prompt in your house because of who you're married to.
They're using Cobalt. They're using Cobalt to communicate.
Basic.
Basic.
That's great.
Turtle Pascal, I think, is another one.
The old days.
What was the one with the T?
Love you, Aunt. Love you, SUV. Love you, Rudy.
Oh, love you.